So I used to believe that I'd never make a living with my music unless I got signed or had millions of streams. Turns out it's a big fat lie. Without a degree, without industry connections, and without a label, I was able to build a music business to 7K per month, or now 10K. But who's counting? Doing what I love. So today I want to share with you all the lessons that I learned along the way in my journey so that you can speed up your own and avoid traps that keeps most music creators stuck. So looking back at my journey, we will go about it phase by phase. Phase 1, I called it the dreamer phase. When I first started, I thought I needed all the credentials, like a huge label, being signed, famous artists that I produced for, a degree, a huge network. Turns out I didn't need any of that. Nobody cared about it because all they care about is how I can help them solve their problems. That's it. You don't need credentials, you need skills that people pay for. The second thing I learned is that you need to start before being ready. Being ready is just a perception, a fake perception that your brain throws at you to keep you in the comfort zone. I wasted months trying to look professional, making fancy websites, portfolios that no one would watch. What actually worked was to build in public, posting on social media, sharing my messy work. So if you've ever thought people won't take me seriously or this video doesn't showcase my skills to the best of my ability, that's all in your head. You have zero proof of that, except in your head. Just this morning again, it happened to me. I was giving the lesson 4 to the music creator cohort 3, and while I was doing the lesson, doing the presentation, I thought to myself, oh my god, Orly, you're watching too much the slides, you're reading too much the word by word that is on the slides, you need to expand on it and not just read word by word. Little did I know that 5 hours later, I would get a message from a student saying how amazing this cohort was and that it was great how my confidence speaking on those presentations was much better, that I was not reading just the slides but giving more examples and using it more as a visual aid. So again, it was just in my head. I had zero proof of that. Luckily, I was in the middle of it, so I didn't let it affect me. But little did I know, right after, actually, it was in my head. Someone else was telling me that actually they were very happy with it. So I really challenge you to challenge that thought. Now, the second phase is the struggle. This is the phase where you are trying everything, you just throw a bunch of things at the wall and nothing sticks. The first lesson that I had to learn in that phase is that I was spreading myself too thin. I tried coaching, I tried Patreon, I tried digital products like vocal acapellas, PDFs, ebooks, freelancing, tutorials. I tried way too many things at the same time. Progress only came when I stopped juggling 10 different offers and went full on one. Plus, on top of that, I understood pricing, so I stopped undercharging myself. Now here's another thing that I had to learn the hard way that changed everything. Low-ticket products, aka anything that is worth under $100, is a volume game. To make a decent amount of income from it, you need to sell thousands. And it is way harder to try to sell thousands units of one thing rather than 2 or 5 high-ticket products or services. So my point here is that I started to focus more on mid to high ticket offers rather than low ticket offers. By mid to high ticket offers, I mean everything that is, or that I can charge between $100 and $1,000. Because when you charge $500 for, let's say, a ghost production, if you want to make $5,000, you just need 10 clients in the month. Whereas if you charge $50 for a sample pack, you need 100. Just doing the calculations. And it's way easier to find 10 clients to pay you at $500 than 100 at $50. I know to you right now, it might not make sense because in your mind, you're thinking that the cheapest equals you can, the more people can buy it and the more sales you can do. But most of the time, that's just not how it works. Because undercharging yourself just undervalue your skills and then people don't trust you. So this is only when I started to focus on those mid to high ticket offers, on the skills that I really had that I could help people solve a problem, that I started to see real income growth. And this is exactly what I teach my students inside Music Creator. If you want to monetize fast, start with mid to high ticket offers. That's it. Plain and simple. Alright, now came the next phase, the breakthrough. And this is something that took me a while to realize because we can be so hung up on those vanity metrics like followers, likes, comments, and things like that. But you need to realize that you don't need 100K followers to make 7K per month with your music. You just need a small, loyal audience that trusts you and buys from you. That's it. Let me ask you this. Would you rather have 100,000 views on one video that is completely unrelated to what you do and no one will buy from you, rather than 1,000 views from very specific targeted people that are all potential clients for your music services? Which one would you take? If you're smart, hopefully you understood, you would take this one, because that just makes way more sense. Sure, it's nice, the 100k views, but it doesn't pay the bills. So take the 1,000 audience that is highly specific to your niche, what you do, who you can serve, and that's how your music business will grow. Now, if you're here thinking, but I don't know anyone in the industry, or I don't know anyone that I could sell my products or services to, neither did I. When I started, I knew no one. Connections didn't build my business, content did. It's only when I started to post consistently, to show up consistently, that opportunities came to me. That's how I ended up working with names like Moonboy, Max Vangeli, Blanks, Kara, Sides, Matt Nash, and I still cannot believe this to this day. That's also how I partnered with brands like Waves and Spitfire, which is again crazy to say. It's not because I knew the right people, it's because I put myself out there. Alright, and now the phase 4, the growth. This is when things started to click for me, when I started to use social media as free advertisement. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Threads, it's free billboards for my work. The truth is that most people aren't willing to put in the effort. What helped me stand out from the crowd wasn't talent, like I'm probably less talented musically speaking than you. It was consistency. Posting daily, DMing people every single day, waking up early before work when I had a 9-to-5 to work on my music business. Are you ready to post once a day on Instagram? Are you ready to DM 10 new people per day to build your network? Are you ready to carve out just 1 hour in the morning or in the weekends to build your dream life, your music business that you say you want? Because it's not about motivation, it's about prioritization and dedication. You just gotta do the hard work that everyone else is avoiding. That's just plain simple as that. It's almost like I'm getting pissed at this because that's just how simple it is. Anyway, phase 5, where I am now. And it's the final lesson, is that it is okay to pivot. It's actually even encouraged. When I started my PLV music channel on YouTube, I thought I was gonna do this YouTube series of 1 month, 1 song for like 12 months on YouTube. If you look at my first videos, that's absolutely not what I started doing. I ended up doing this music production tutorials thing, and then little bit by little bit, I actually went into the music business and social media growth for artists. So I began doing one thing, and I ended up doing another. Because when you start, you don't know what the end result is gonna be. You need to start to get there. So again, when I started, I was targeted to music producers, sharing my journey. Now I'm helping music artists making a business out of their music passion. Different topic, same audience, same platform. I just evolved and adapted over time as I saw what was working and what I was liking. Sometimes when I talk to my student inside Music Creator, it's like they are very stuck in picking a lane because they are afraid that it's gonna block them into it forever. But this is absolutely not the case. It's not because you choose to go with a first offer that you cannot pivot and go into another one. Like, for God's sake, I started also doing like vocal royalty-free acapellas because I thought it was a great idea. Actually, it turns out it was a bad idea. So I pivoted. I did something else until I found something that worked and that I loved. So pick something, build momentum, and adapt over time. Now, if you are where I was before, waiting for permission, chasing the wrong things, burning yourself out, I hope that these lessons help you save years of trial and errors. But if you want a roadmap to build your music business from start to finish, then this is exactly what I teach inside Music Creator Academy. We will be opening for cohort 4 at the end of October for one last time in 2025, so the link will be below if you want to join the waitlist, get more information, but I would love to be part of building your music business. Bye. Whoop whoop. Never mind.